It's October, and I looked in the mirror yesterday, and I was like, Dani, you look like a GD pumpkin. And I don't want to look like a pumpkin during Halloween time. If it was summer, if it was spring, if it was Christmas, maybe not Christmas. If it was summer or spring, I'd probably be fine with this color. It's just, I started to think about the fact that I look like the #1 Halloween stan, and I just can't do it anymore. So I basically posted on my Instagram yesterday, and I was like, guys, I'm really torn between my hair colors because I genuinely don't care what color I'm gonna dye my hair. So I will straight up ask people like, hey, what should I do? And if they tell me a color, I'll just do it because I don't care. I asked my friends yesterday, I have a couple options. I was like purple, and they were all like, purple, do purple. Okay, so I was like, okay, I'll do purple. I also asked you guys on Instagram, you also flooded me with DMs saying I should do purple. So what I'm thinking of doing, this is my mock-up. Okay, I have an Instagram filter on my face, and then I have pink streaks drawn in. And then I went on Pinterest and I saw this girl's pink streaks and like the placement of them. But I really like how that looks. So it's gonna be purple and pink. Now, oh my God. I just got scared. I thought that a laundry basket was like a person, like a very small person in here trying to talk to me or something. I just went to Sally's. I got nervous and I bought blue and pink dye. So my goal is for the bottom to be like a darker, brighter purple, and then for the top to be like, not the top, the highlights or whatever, to be like a hot ass pink. I'm a little nervous that it's not gonna be as deep as I want it to be, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, I'm about to do my roots and I'm nervous because every time I do my roots, they end up a little bit wonky or uneven or whatever. And I want to be really careful, so I'm being smarter about my sectioning. And what I'm going to do is this front section and then this back section, and I have them sectioned off really well. So I should be able to do it quickly and clean because, I don't know, you guys have seen my videos. I usually mess up something and I really don't want to do that. And the only times that I've been able to not mess up something is when I'm like extra careful. So for this video today, I know I'm dyeing my hair, I'm just hanging out, but I wanted to tell more stories because the last time I dyed my hair, I told some childhood stories and you guys really liked it. Okay, so I have a lot of like poop related stories because I was very embarrassed about pooping most of my life. Honestly, until I was like 18. So one time I was like 17, I was still living in my mom's house and I used to just flush tampons down the toilet. I don't know if you guys do that. I don't know if you guys think that's normal or abnormal or whatever, but I used to think that that was cool. I don't know why. So one day I clogged the toilet. I take a dump, I clog the toilet, and my poop is just in the toilet and it's disgusting, right? And so naturally, when you clog the toilet, you gotta be like, hey, you know, dad or whoever, I clogged the toilet. Like I tried to plunge it, I tried to let it sit and then flush it again, and just like nothing was working. So I had to tell my dad. I was really embarrassed and I was like, Dad, I even texted him, I think. I was just like, hey, I clogged my toilet. And before he came up to check it, I decided I needed to get rid of as much of the evidence as possible. And I actually heard a story really similar to this on TikTok. It was a girl who clogged her boyfriend's toilet, and so she scooped all the poop into his cat's litter box, and then he asked if she pooped in his litter box and she was like no, and then he was like, oh, my cat's been dead for a week. That reminded me of this, but I was so embarrassed, and so I put on some gloves and I got like, it was like some kind of container, I think, from the kitchen or something. I went into the toilet and I scooped the poop out. I didn't get all of it, but I got like enough of it to where it wasn't like embarrassing for me anymore. What did I do with it? You might be thinking. I put it into a trash bag. I also threw away the scooper, in case you're wondering, okay? I'm not a heathen and I wouldn't, you know, put that back in my kitchen. I'm not trying to give my family E. coli or kill them or whatever, but I put everything into a trash bag. So I had this like trash bag full of liquid, and it was and it was like water from the toilet, right? And so I ran it downstairs, and I had a pickup truck at the time. And I was thinking, okay, for some reason, I don't know why I thought this, but I was like, I can't put it in the trash because then somebody's gonna see it. So I was like, I need to like dispose of this somewhere else. And it was like I was disposing of a body, guys. I was so embarrassed. It was like a high risk crime that I was committing, and I needed to dispose of the body and just get rid of it and never think about it again. So I put the bag into the bed of my pickup truck and I drove it around for a little bit in the back, and I'm pretty sure it like opened a little bit and started like leaking into my truck bed, but I was like, I don't care, I just gotta keep going. And I drove it out to the middle of nowhere because I couldn't find a proper trash can. And then I just kind of left it. And guys, this is not good for the environment, okay? I would not recommend doing this because I'm sure that like a bird ate this or something, and that was just not a great idea, but I did do it because I was too embarrassed, and I just kind of left it there. I left it there, and I don't know what I thought was gonna happen, but I never heard anything about it again from anybody, and that was the end of it. Yay! I have the bleach in, and let me just say, it never gets easier. At least by myself. I'm sure if I went to a salon, it probably wouldn't hurt this bad. I don't know why I don't do that at this point, but it just never gets better. It's always itchy, it's always hard, it's always stressful, it's always painful, so... yeah, let me tell you guys another story, another poop related story, because I have another one, and it also has to do with being embarrassed. So buckle up. When I was like 15, I was on tour in Europe. We were on a big ass tour bus, like one of those typical tour buses that you think of, like you see it in the movies. It's awesome, it's cool, right? And it has a bathroom on the bus. It's small, you know, it's just a toilet and a tiny little fixing, kind of like an airport bathroom almost. But the thing is, wait, not airport, airplane bathroom. But the thing is, you can't poop in the bus. The tank is not made for that. The tank is just made for pee, and that's it. And we were doing like 18-hour drives, right? So if you have to poop, you have to tell the driver, hey, can we go to the gas station? The driver knows exactly what you're talking about because there's no other reason you would be asking to go to the gas station because you have everything you need on the bus except a place to poop. So me being 15 or 14 or whatever and still scared about poop, I'm scared to talk about it. I'm scared for anybody to know that I even poop at all. I just want people to think that I'm just some poop tank that's never pooped in her life. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was scared. So I held it for as long as I could. And then we're driving and we're not too far from our destination, but I just couldn't ask him to pull over. I was too damn nervous and embarrassed. And so I went into the bathroom and I took a couple shopping bags with me, like grocery bags, plastic shopping bags. And you know where this is going. And I pooped in the bag, and it was a big one. It wasn't like a little dainty one. It was like a large dump. This is disgusting. This is one of the worst things I've ever done. And I tied it up real tight so you couldn't smell it. And I checked too. I was like, I made sure you couldn't smell it. And then I tied it inside of a second bag, tied that up super tight, still couldn't smell it, I promise. And then I put it in the trash can. And I went to my bunk and I prayed to the Lord our God that nobody would find it, nobody would ask me about it, nobody would smell it and ask what the hell is in the trash can. I was freaking out. Like, I was so scared that somebody was gonna catch me because that's like 10 times worse. Like, what's better? Asking to pull over to go to the gas station, everybody knows you have to poop, big deal. Or everybody finding out that you shit in a bag and put it in the trash can in the tour bus. We kept driving. Eventually we got to our stop and I think the bus driver just like routinely emptied the trash cans. Then the next time I went into the bathroom, it was gone. And he never said a word. I don't think he ever knew what it was because I was smart and I tied that thing tight and there was no way anybody was gonna find it. Imagine if it went the other way. Like, imagine if people found out or people realized. That would not have been good.
Like me and like Donna. And frankly, the stuff that we're into isn't very condo appropriate.
Oh, Michael, will you drop it, everybody?
Guys, I put this towel on my head to try to contain the heat from the bleach because parts of it weren't working and I got really nervous. I used a new brand of bleach and it does not work as well as the other one. And I look crazy, but I don't care. I'm sure my neighbors can see me. I don't care. That crow can see me. It's fine. Time to rinse this baby out and hopefully have a nice even blonde underneath. I look like Albert Einstein's daughter. I tried to get this pink out. It didn't fully work. It's funny, I actually got a lot of comments on my last video of dyeing my hair. They're like, oh my gosh, don't use that pink. It literally never comes out. Well, I used it anyway. It's not coming out, but it's fine. I also kind of changed my mind. Since this pink never comes out, I'm not gonna put it directly on my hair again because I'm scared. So instead what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do purple all over and I'm gonna do blue streaks. Am I nervous? Yes. I'm very nervous. But I was gonna tell more stories and stuff, but I got really sad. I have this friend in LA and like she's one of the only people I know here and she's one of the only people I really like here. She has this like friend group that she's in and she wanted to like, she even told me she like wanted me to be friends with them. Like she wanted to, you know, throw me into the friend group, which is great. But I like haven't done that yet, if that makes sense. Like they don't see me as part of their friend group yet, obviously, because I've only hung out with the friend group like once or twice and like that was a long time ago and like since then they all hang out like in 2s and 3s and as a group or whatever, you know, without me because they don't know me very well. And so it's just awkward because I don't want to like impose, I don't want to invite myself, but then when they hang out without me, then I feel like they don't like me, but then I'm like, you know what, they've never even really spoken to me. And I just get so nervous and I get so overwhelmed and I feel like I'm being annoying and I feel like I text people too much and I talk to people too much and nobody wants to hang out with me. And I know I'm dramatic sometimes and I know I shouldn't think that. Or maybe I should. I don't know. It's just bringing back a lot of memories because like they're all hanging out right now of like being in high school and like I always wanted to be in a friend group and I always wanted to have like, you know, a best friend and like a few people who hung out with me all the time, like in the movies. Look at this color, by the way. It's looking cute. I don't know. That never really happened for me. And it was always like me watching other people hang out on Snapchat. And it was always so awkward for me and I would always text people and like at that point in time, I wasn't really ashamed of myself yet. So like I would text people and just like ask them to hang out and be really straight up and I wasn't scared. But now I'm like scarred from my life. So I do feel scared and I don't like it. I don't know how to not feel insecure because like you guys have heard all of my nightmare friend stories. You guys have heard all of my boy stories, all of my trauma. Like you guys know what I've been through. And you know why I'm scared to talk to people. You know why I'm insecure and why I think people think I'm dumb and all that stuff because people have told me that I was dumb and I've acted dumb. And sometimes I still fall back into that and I still feel insecure just because of who I used to be, if that makes sense. But you know what? This is gonna make me feel better. Because dyeing your hair always makes you feel better, right? Okay, I'm so nervous. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Okay. I'm so nervous, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is the most unprofessional dye job anybody's ever done. Whatever, I don't even care. Oh my god, is this gonna look bad? Guys, it's like 7 p.m. It's been so many hours of me trying to finish this and trying to, you know, get the pink out and everything. My scalp feel like it's gonna fall off. But it's done. And I don't know how I feel about it. You know what? This happens to me a lot when I do my hair. Either I absolutely love it or I'm just confused. And honestly, right now I'm just confused because part of me just feels like an emo girl who goes to Warped Tour. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not what I was going for. And I was gonna do the pink originally because I was gonna avoid that. And then I decide against it and I decided blue. But now I kind of regret the blue. I don't know. But I think it's cute.